Hello everyone.
Good evening. Bit of a change around here. It's me and Stephen for the first time.
Yeah, it's another substitute appearance from me.
Yeah, Stephen as ever, Mr. Flexible, dropping in for Mark as he has other commitments tonight, unfortunately. So I think we are obviously gearing up for Thursday and the massive relaunch of the game. So we're going to throw this open to you this evening. We're going to be streaming for about an hour. And if there's anything you want to see or ask before the game goes live on Thursday, then this is your opportunity to shout, basically. So I'll be doing my usual, and I'll be looking at the board as it keeps coming along with the comments that are coming in. So apologies if my eyes are going all over the place, as always. I'm going to let Stephen be the man that catches the fish. So let's see what happens. So we've got eels and bedhead tonight. I think that's our new nicknames for the purpose of this. So where do you fancy starting while we wait for someone to tell us?
I need a new cable for the controller. I'm going to start on Miller, I think, and then if anyone has anything they want to see in particular, just let us know. I'll swap over to that.
So I'm sure, as you guys probably know and what we've told you before already when you've seen Lake Miller, the cool thing about Lake Miller is that we've done it at a different time of year. So it's set in autumn, so you've got the foliage is more of a sort of a golden brown colour, really pretty colours. I'd put that back on if I was you. And so yes, that's something a little bit different. So we can show you what that's all about now. Scooby Hayes says, can we go on to Gillam's? Well, we can go on to Gillam's in a little bit, can't we?
Yeah.
There's no reason why we can't. I've been hearing rumours that you guys are holding a competition so you can catch the new big bass Marshall. How do these people know what we're doing before even we do? It's are we doing that competition?
We'll let you know.
Community manager, I'll put the community manager under pressure here. What's going to be different and what size? So happy to go through a quick summary of what's coming on Thursday. So you are going to be getting a brand new career mode, which is going to have over 100 pro anglers for you to fish against. You start off as an amateur angler on either the bass, predator or carp tours, or all three or two of the three, however you want to do it. Customise your jerseys. You're going to start with no sponsors, no social media followers, no career earnings, and as you progress through the amateur tournaments and start doing well, hopefully you're going to start picking up career earnings and followers, which is going to trigger sponsors or sponsor offers from some of our 52 different licensed partners that are now going to be in the game. As you can see, Stephen here, he's got a tournament jersey on, showing off the tournament jerseys, and he's got several sponsors on that tournament jersey. And then you'll progress from amateur to professional, and as you go into professional, you'll start recognising some professional anglers that you're up against, and obviously professional is harder than amateur. And then if you qualify after a season of fishing professional, then you'll go up to elite, and that's when you'll start seeing the real big anglers in there, some real famous names, and that will be a really tough tournament for you to win. Not impossible, but tough. So there will be new species of fish going into the game on Thursday, which are, Stephen?
We have brown trout, rainbow trout, channel catfish, and barbel.
There you go. So 4 new species of fish, so there'll be 29 species of fish overall. You can't be sponsored by Pot Noodle, unfortunately. What else we got? We've got custom multiplayer.
Custom multiplayer.
So you set the rules in multiplayer now, and you can set like a 3-round multiplayer amongst yourselves, where each round the rules are slightly different. 3 new venues. One of them is Lake Miller that Stephen's on now, which is a fictional venue based in Wisconsin. And we also have a section of Lake Gunnersville and a section of Lake Travis. We have around 90 new items of equipment going into the game, including equipment from 6 or 7 new partners as well. CR baits in Europe, more lures from companies such as Smivik, Abergast, Hedden, Rebel. So yeah, lots of new things to do and to try. And the best thing about it is it's a free update. If you're an existing customer, the game will automatically update for you on Thursday around 5 p.m. UK time, and it will also remain the same price if you haven't bought the game already. So you'll be getting all this game for £15, €20, $20. So that is the crux of what's coming on Thursday, pretty much. So after that massive ramble, what else have I missed here?
Alive Fancies mentioned the Carp pack also coming on Thursday.
Yep.
What's in that?
So in the Carp pack, you have got Gillams in Thailand, licensed venue. 5 new species of fish going into Gillams to start with. We've got Arapaima to £560. We've got red-tailed catfish. We have got Pacu. We've got Siamese carp. What is our 5th species that I've missed? It's another form of catfish, isn't it?
Mekong.
Mekong catfish. There we go. So we've got the Mekong catfish as well. And alongside that, we're doing a twin pack this time, which is slightly different for us. You have got Raisbury South Lake, part of the RK Leisure Complex, the very famous Raisbury Lake. And that's also going to feature some of the historic fish that we used to swim in those lakes that made the venue so famous. So fish such as Mary, probably the most famous carp that ever lived, will be in there as well for you to catch. So that comes out at the same time as the free update. The giant carp pack is an additional purchase, and that will be $11.99, I do believe. So that is the equivalent of getting one venue at half price, because we used to price our additional content at $8.99. So that's extremely good value as well. So yeah, that's what's coming in the giant carp pack.
I think we should probably answer how big the update is. So I downloaded it today. It was about 24 gig to download. Yeah,
so it is a major update. It's a big update. It will take a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it. The other thing that we should mention as well, because I know you guys love catching them, the core game alone now will have, I think we worked out the exact number the other day. Our trailer says over 250 boss fish. It's 293.
Yep.
Is it? 293 boss fish for you to try and catch, and that includes now boss fish on all American venues as well. So
yeah, going back to something I saw Richard Jones say earlier, asking if the size 2 hooks mean something bigger coming. The Arapaima in Gillam's got up to £560, so yeah.
Yeah, so you need really strong tackle in there. The size 2 hooks will work for the real big carp and the big catfish that already exist in the game, but the on Gillam's, make sure you're using really heavy tackle, otherwise you're going to be really struggling to land some of those fish. What else have we got?
Dead baits.
We've got dead baits, yeah, we've got dead baits coming into the game, so more specific baits for the non-carp species in Europe. You can dead bait now, so we've got things like mackerel and roach as dead baits in there. So I just see a comment there saying, when is the DLC coming? Well, the giant carp pack launches exactly the same time as the update, so you'll be able to buy the giant carp pack as soon as you've installed the update to your game. So Scooby Haze, will it be midnight when the update comes out? No, Scooby Haze, we are targeting a simultaneous launch across all 3 platforms at 5 p.m. Between 4 and 5 p.m. UK time. So that'll be between 11 a.m. and midday Eastern time in the US. So that's what we're working with. Obviously, we're in the hands of our partners, Sony and Microsoft, to a certain degree, but that's the time we're all aiming for it to go out. So.
Ben, no, the game will be, I think it's about 28 gig, because I downloaded that on Xbox, where it has to download the whole game for the update, so it will take about that much space, not up to 50.
So just looking at some of the other things that are coming in, How much will it cost? Nothing. If you're an existing customer, it doesn't. This is a free update for you. If you haven't bought the game, the price isn't changing. It's still the same price. You could buy it today, get a couple of days practice in before you get the free update on Thursday. So it's still remaining at $14.99 English money, $19.99 and euros. Richard Jones again. Wow. So guest line is updated. Yes, Richard, you will see Gillam's have their own line that they provide for anglers to use there. I believe it's an £80 braid.
Yep.
And so £80 braid will be going into the game as well. How many players can play in your custom tournaments online? It's capped at 4 at the moment on console and 8 on PC. Unfortunately, we have to keep it at that numbers because whoever is hosting the multiplayer session, it's all done through your computer, and any more than that it gets laggy and horrible for the host. But that's something that we're looking to work on future updates, and really opening multiplayer up to a lot more than 4 people. But it will be 4 at launch on Thursday. Will there ever be kayaks?
We hope so.
Yeah, we're pretty sure there will be kayaks. We can't give any dates on that, but that's certainly something we're working on and looking at the moment. And there's going to be a future venue which will be perfect for a kayak as well, but can't say any more than that. We'll tease you with that at the moment. But we're certainly aware of how big kayaks are getting in fishing, and we'll be reflecting that.
You've just come back from ICAST, you would have seen.
Yeah, so I was at ICAST last week, the huge trade show for the American Sport Fishing Association, out in Orlando last week. It was a very successful show. Lots of opportunities and interesting ideas being thrown at us, and us discussing with our partners. I think there's some new partnerships that have been made that we're working on now. We're back. It's great to see the likes of Scott Martin, obviously, catching up with him and really picking his brains with things. It's exciting. It's really exciting, the interest, the opportunities, where we can go with the game. As you guys know by now, we're always, we're a live service. We're always updating and improving the game. So, what we're delivering for you on Thursday is the next instalment, and it's just going to continue getting bigger and better. And there's certainly a lot of interest from our, not just our US partners, from our European partners, on where we can take it as well. So it's going to be exciting for sure. Let's see what else we've got here at the moment. Will there be boat jousting in the future? There's no collision in the game as such. You'll bump into a boat and you won't be able to go any further, but there won't be any opportunity to run other boats out of the water or sink a boat or anything like that. That's not our model. You can there'll be a collision around each boat where you'll just stop dead, but you won't be able to run each other off the water, unfortunately, if that's your thing. Any optimization for multiplayer? Yes, we've been working hard on multiplayer improvements, and that's why also it's remaining capped at 4 people. So hopefully you'll see your multiplayer being a lot smoother if you're the host. Will we ever be able to change carp setups, LED systems, pods, alarms? Yeah, we're always looking to improve the carp side of things as well. This isn't just, now all we're interested in is bass fishing. It's bass fishing and it's carp fishing. One of the things we're very keen to get in as soon as possible are zigs, and adjusting the depth of your zig as well. So bear with us on that for sure. Will there ever be sea fishing? Yeah, we're quite open and honest that under the umbrella of Fishing Sim World, eventually one day we want you to be able to do every kind of fishing anywhere in the world. So you could go ice fishing in Alaska, you could go sea fishing off of Australia, you could go carp fishing in England, you could go bass fishing in America. We want it to all be in there eventually, but it's all going to take time, and we want to do each style and discipline justice before we move on to the next one. Should say here, Stephen's giving an excellent demo, and he's just caught one of the new species that's going in. A nice rainbow trout there, a very big rainbow trout. And I know that I just saw a question there about what lakes can you catch the trout in. It's the US venues, the applicable US venues. You can't catch them in the English lakes because we aren't offering the traditional sort of English way of fly fishing to catch them. So they are going into the US lakes only at this stage.
Yeah, they're in Bergsea and Waldsea as well, I think.
Ah, well, there you go. It shows what I know. It's also going into Bergsea and Waldsea. But you'll need to be lure fishing for them rather than carp fishing for them as such. Is the trolling motor going to be different? No, the trolling motor is staying as it is. We're still working towards a licensed partner for trolling motor and electronics. iCast had some very productive meetings, so watch this space. Someone here, Chip Skylark, saying the update looks so good, can't wait. Thank you very much. We're really excited to get you guys on it and playing it as well. One thing we should say at this stage as well is we want your feedback when you're playing it. Like we always say, please make it as constructive and as precise as possible because we want to help improve it. We're all ready for an update soon after the launch where we've got other things we're going to be adding, but we can look at first 2 weeks sort of feedback as well. So please, if you want your feedback heard, make it constructive. Not necessarily it has to be positive. If there are things you don't like, then by all means tell us, but tell us in a constructive way. If you just
detail, we like detail.
If you just send us saying this game is rubbish or this update is rubbish, there's really not a lot we can do with that. If you can be detailed and constructive, then we can try help you. So yeah, there we go. Are there any new characters? No new characters, but new apparel, including these tournament jerseys that Stephen's character is beautifully showing off, and you can customise your tournament jerseys to whatever colour and design you want. Are these fish in the update? Yes, they are. The beard's gone, says Wobbly Captain. Is that the character or is that Stephen?
That's probably me.
Stephen's actually had a shave and tried to make himself more presentable for you this evening. So yeah, the beard has gone. Mine didn't exist because I'm not capable of growing one, unfortunately. So, is there going to be single bank sticks instead of pods? Not at the moment. It will be 3 rods together still. Something we can look at. Does the fish finder only read what's under your boat or around your boat? At the moment, it's only under your boat, isn't it?
It looks like in a cone down from underneath your boat. So
it does extend slightly to the left and right of the boat, but it's really a good summary of what is in the exact area around your boat. We don't have the side mapping or any 3D mapping or anything like that. That's one of the challenges of working with the electronics companies. Something we need to be able to do. Sponsorship team fishing would be good, says Alive Fantasy. Elaborate, Alive Fantasy. What do you mean by that? We'll certainly take that on board. Will freshwater bow spear fishing be coming? No plans for that at the moment. Just no plans for that at the moment, unfortunately. We'd love to see us be able to move from front to rear of boat. Yep, that's certainly a feature we'd like to get to, and to have more than one person on a boat as well, particularly in multiplayer. What's going on with the salmon? By the way, I'll miss the launch for the update. I'm off to Florida. Lucky you. I was there last week. It's lovely. I'm back there again in August for my own holiday as well. So hope you have a great time, Chris. The salmon will be coming soon after as an update, I believe, won't they?
They are in the works.
They are just being finished off and will probably be in one of the first updates after this update. Will there be an option for if the fish is being stubborn, we can just punch it? Absolutely not. No, there will be no punching of fish whatsoever. Catch and release only. Look after your fish and love them so someone else can catch them. Heavy cloud and light rain needs to be added to multiplayer. It has been. Multiplayer is fully customizable now. Set the weather conditions, set the venue, set the rules on the fish, the way you score the fish, if that's the number, the total weight, the top 5. All of that will be going into custom multiplayer. Is there going to be sponsors you can get and put on your jersey? Yep, that's all linked to career mode. There was over 50 licensed partners who are ready to sponsor you in career mode, and they'll be added to your jersey as you accept their sponsorship. New character animations, that's something we want to get to. Can you give us a look at new baits? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do another 5 minutes on here, and then we'll flick through the menus, and then we'll go on to Gillam's. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with everything here. I'm really sorry if I miss it. Kind of hard to catch and release a fish if you're spearfishing. Absolutely, that's why there's no plans for spearfishing at the moment. There we go. Are you going to fix that a £4 bass can jump out the water and max out £50 test on 20 drag when you can have a £50 pike carp on 40 drag and not max the line out? We're always looking to improve the physics and the way the fish are fighting. Obviously, completely different setups as well, and fish fight in different ways. But yes, we're working on improving fish fighting further all the time. Will we ever see the castle venue on this one from the other game, says Richard. So that's from Eurofishing. There's no plans at the moment to bring any venues across from Eurofishing. As I always say, if people shout loud enough, then that's something we can look at. But I know people have asked about St John's in the past as well from Linear. There's no plans for it at the moment. It's not on our roadmap, but like I say, you guys can help change that if you really shout us, and enough of you shout and say we need it, then we'll look at it. Why isn't there grass carp or crucian carp? We just haven't got to that yet. Josh Johnson, how is iCast? Yeah, we touched on that just a minute ago. It's really successful, thank you. Lots of interesting opportunities coming out of it that we're following up with now. And you know, there's lots of opportunity in the game, obviously. So we are excited about how iCast went for us. Any news on the river venue? Not at the moment. Sorry, Live Fantasy's come back to me with more details on the sponsored multipliers. I understand what you're saying there, Live Fantasy. We need to look at more functionality amongst multiplayer and opening up multiplayer further. That's certainly something we can look at, and how we can have some kind of system that records winners of multiplayer tournaments. At the moment, the competition element, if you like, is all through our live tournaments. Let's see what else I can have a look at. Are we planning on adding ESP? We haven't had any conversations with ESP at the moment. Any chance of some British lakes? Well, yep. Chris, you can buy the giant carp pack on Thursday as well, which has got Raysbury South from RK Leisure in it. So yeah, there will be more carp lakes in the future. We have an underwater cam for the fish strike and fight. Not at the moment. We pride ourselves on simulation, and when you're fishing you can't see under the water, so we haven't done a underwater camera, but again it's being talked about, but no plans at the moment. Big Timer Jay says he has sent you a video on Twitter. Have you had a look?
Not yet, Jay. I'll have a look after the stream.
Come on, Stephen.
It's been a busy day.
Okay, Omni Black says, I have a serious question. Will it be possible in the future, seeing as we're getting multiplayer custom tournaments and all these new additions? Sorry, Omni, what is the question? Maybe it's further down. Would it be possible to have gestures? Do you, as in further animations on the characters? If that's what you mean, we need to do more work with the characters, absolutely. I'm not sure if that's answered. Oh, there you go, like waving to other players or taking your hat off. There's no plans for that at the moment, but we do need to have different animations for the different kinds of fish. We can't have you holding a 200-pound catfish in the same way you're holding a 10-pound carp, for example. So that's something to work on in the future. Stephen, land this fish for me and then go into the customization and show people. One thing to show you, actually, it would be good for Stephen to show you, is we no longer have customization and tackle shop as separate menus. The customization works as the tackle shop now as well. Stephen can talk you through that in a minute, because I'm getting a sore throat from all the talking that I'm doing. Can you play career mode? Probably haven't got time to play career mode this evening, but we will be streaming on Thursday, and we can talk you through everything on Thursday and show you career mode.
Yeah, 2.5 hour stream is looking like on Thursday. It's from 5:30 UK time to 8 PM UK time.
We'll be showing off the game, and you can jump in and out, and we'll be going over the same things, helping everyone out as much as possible. One thing I should say that's going in for carp anglers on Thursday as well is the throwing stick and different spot baits. So you can use a throwing stick, and you can use boilies to throw bait out, and you can choose whether you're using a particle mix or boilies in your spot as well. So there we go. Please can you add fish feeding and taking bait on the surface? Yeah, we'd love to get surface fishing into the game. That's something to add for carp fishing, absolutely. Pegs on USA docks. Yes, we need to get pegs on USA docks in. You can fish from the dock in the game already, but getting like a dedicated pegs as such is something that we need to look at. No beach fishing at the moment. There's no saltwater fishing of any kind at the moment, so that's where we'd like to go next, I expect, after we've finished with bass and carp. And someone says my dreams are sea fishing and to add all the other fish that are in gillums. Yeah, we want to add more of the gillum species in there as well. Any more bass boats? Yes, we have signed an agreement with Blazer boats, and you'll see them as a career mode sponsor, and then we'll be getting one of their boats into the game in due course. I know someone earlier on asked about Ranger, and that's a work in progress. Conversations with them are ongoing. Pole fishing, there's no plans for pole fishing at the moment. We need to, we're working on other things. Again, if enough people want it though, we will look at it. Can you throw boilies at each other with a throwing stick? No, you can't, Scooby Hayes, I'm afraid. Any other urban fisheries coming soon? We do want to do another urban venue, but that's not going to be in the next 6 months. I'm sure we will do one in the future though. At this stage, I'm going to let Stephen go through the customization and showing some of the new lures as well.
Okay, so yeah, previously we had the shop and then tackle box or the customized menu. You'd buy something in the shop, it would go across, it would be available in your tackle box through customize. Now we've combined the two, so it's not good because I bought everything on this one. We own everything on this one, but you'll have the tackle point prices by everything in this menu.
New rod, Genko Gambler.
It is a very nice rod. So you buy them here, they will be available to select here. You just equip them as you normally would. It applies for everything, your rods, reels, lines, lures, rigs, baits.
Just making notes while Stephen explains this, because the comments are coming in thick and fast, so I'll answer as many as I can.
So other new rods. I think, is the Gambler the only... Yeah,
There's a 13 fishing stuff is in there. There's a new 13 fishing rod and reel that's gone in as well.
Not found 13 fishing. The MV was there before. Oh, can't find it. Okay, reels. I'll show you the new 13 fishing reels. So they're very nice. Got the prototype TX, blue and black. Very nice. And the X. So they'll be available as spinning reels. Let's go through the new lures we've got. Quite a few of them. So the Yum have also got an expanded range in the game now. It's got the Christie Craws, a few different styles of that. The Bandits, their crankbaits. You've got the Racket and the 200 series. Again, different kind of selection of colours and materials. Rebel, or the 100 series from Bandit as well. Rebel, their crawfish, which are quite an interesting lure, very cool design. Where else? Hedden, their one knocker. So a few of the is it brands from Pradco coming in?
Yeah, all under the Pradco umbrella. So Hedden, Rebel, Abergast, Smivik, all those kind of companies you'll start to see in the game.
And a Baby Torpedo from Hedden. We've got the Pad Crasher now in from Booyah. They're an existing partner, but it's new equipment from them. The Smithwick Devil's Horse, which really cool design. A few different colours of that. From Rebel, they're poppers. And Arbogast Jitterbugs. I think that is that from the lures. Go on our Carp set up quickly. Will it show them here? Yes, I think so. So you might have seen recently we announced a partnership with CR Baits and got a selection of theirs coming in the updates, so the CR Specials, CR1s and the Nutrients. We know some of the guys quite well from there, so yeah. Trying to think what else.
Yeah, well, you teased there, didn't you? You can see there you've got dead baits equipped.
Yes.
So you've got the mackerel and you've got the whole roach or the smelt head, mackerel head, etc. So you can use a whole small fish or you can use just the head of a fish for dead baiting. So yes, I think
the size 2 hooks, the £80 braids, both new.
Yeah.
Appearance. This is, I think, layout's slightly different now. You've got all your choice of outfits there, and then you can wear your bass, carp, and predator jerseys and outfits in Freedom Fishing and multiplayer as well. It's quite a good way if you wanted to do teams, just select similar colours. Hoodies. Trying to remember who we've got new clothes from. So many things.
Yeah, this is like a development build where we've literally unlocked everything. So all the rewarded clothing, apparel for live tournaments has been unlocked. So you won't see this much apparel when you dive into the game as such. So.
That was the equipment pack. So we've got new clothing for Bridge Monkey in, their t-shirt and their hoodie, and their sunglasses are in. CR Baits hoodie, Total Carp got a hoodie in now. That's a slight tease for something that is coming in the near future. We'll let you know more about that in future.
Yeah, you didn't see that.
So let's go. Carp Crew clothing. And 2 Gillums.
Yeah. So while Gillums is loading up, I can just go through. Should show here, Steve. While Stephen's loading into this, we've got these nice new Pro Tour tips that come up, which will help you. And the tutorials have been given a bit of a makeover as well, with new audio from a very famous guy in the bass industry. I'll leave that with you for you to find out who they are. So just going through some of the questions that have come in very quickly. Can I wear sunglasses and hats? Yes, you can. You could anyway, but you definitely can from Thursday. Someone's asking like a kind of a trophy room where you could see all your best catches. That's something we've sort of discussed, and we're sort of looking at whether you can have this like online trophy room, or if we do that through Dovetail Live, where you log into your Dovetail Live account and you can see your best catches and like images of the fish that are your best catches, and other members of the community who you're friends with through Dovetail Live can see them as well. So that's something that we are looking at. Street fishing and general other styles such as beach fishing, sea fishing. As I've said before, we are looking at other styles of fishing in the future, but that's long-term future. At the moment we are solely concentrating on improving, expanding and making bass and carp fishing as great as it can be. There's still more to do there, so we'll be doing that first. Someone said that 13 Fishing dropped a load of new lures at iCast. Yes, they did. 13 Fishing are a very helpful key partner for us, who we get on with very well, and discussions are ongoing about getting some more of their products into the game in the future. So we will be taking some of their new lures that they announced at iCast and bringing them into the game, but obviously that takes time, so bear with us, but it will happen. Someone asked, can you change the tackle box on the bank while you're fishing? Yes, you can. Stephen will show you how to do that now very quickly. You can also buy extra equipment on the bank while you're fishing now, because we've combined the two. So as long as you've got the tackle points for it, you can buy something and start using it straight away whilst you're on the bank as well. Someone said you haven't done anything with Rapala lures yet. No, we haven't, because we have no agreement with Rapala. They're not in our game at all. Someone asked what the strongest line in the game is. It's going to become the 80-pound braid from Gillam's. I believe that's going into the game.
That's in the core game, so it'll be in the free update.
Yeah, that's part of the free update. So you don't need to buy the giant Carp pack to get access to the line that's designed for Gillam's. So everyone will have access to 80-pound braid from Gillam's, and I believe that's what you're using at the moment.
Yes, I've got an arapaima on.
And you can see that you've got an arapaima on here, so we can show you the arapaima. Someone asked if there's going to be different ways of rigging the lures, so like the soft plastic, so Carolina, Texas, that kind of way. We want to get to that, definitely. Fishing with Chuck and Scott, we realise how important that is, different ways of presenting these kind of lures and different retrieval methods. Yeah, bear with us, that'll be coming as well.
Sam has been doing research on that, and we've been picking Scott and Chuck's brains to get some input on that as well.
Yeah. Someone has asked, looking back over the forums now, is there a way for two people to play on the same console? Unfortunately not. You cannot split screen on one console. You have to both own the game. Someone has just dropped away there. Can I just move up a minute? Oh no, I've done something now. Sorry, someone's asked me a question about CR baits.
Have you used them?
Scooby Hayes, Dan, have you used CR baits in real life? Yes, Scooby Hayes, I am now currently in my own fishing using either CR baits or Baitworks. I think they're brilliant. I've had some good success on them over at Linear. I think the liquids as well are brilliant. He does CR3, which is like an amino, really sort of thick liquid to combine everything. I think my free offerings, if you like, my boilie and particle spod mix are solely CR baits, and my hook baits I've had so much success on Atlantic Heat in the past. It's very hard to not use them still. But yeah, I thoroughly recommend CR baits. People are throwing a lot of lakes ideas at us, and we'll take them all on board, both in the UK and in the US. I am looking at them, trust me. We are looking at future venues. Is there a dead bait type spod mix for Gillam's? No, there's no dead bait spod mix. It is the only spod mixes you will have at the moment are particle or boilie. Will there be online FLW tour? We are basing our career mode on sort of the real world tours, but we're not aligned to any tour at the moment. We were at ICAST last week, so I'm not going to say anything else other than that. Will you be able to do personal tournaments against your friends? Yes, you will in custom multiplayer. I'm trying to keep up. I'm right at the top, and things are disappearing as I'm looking at them. Will ultra wide support be available and the game not be capped at 30 frames per second? Not at the moment. I mean the ones that you and three other friends can be in a personal tournament against each other. Yep, Draco League just answered that. Custom multiplayer. You set the rules in custom multiplayer against each other. Have your own battles in there. Will you be able to customise rod colours, etc.? No. They are all licensed to get rods and reels apart from our own in-house brand, so there's no customization of rod colours at the moment. Is there a set time for the update and Carp pack on Thursday? We're going to wrap this up in about 15 minutes and we'll do a quick summary on everything that we've covered, and I'll answer that for you then. Caroline is shouting at us. Caroline, I'm sorry if I haven't answered. What time is the update going live on Thursday? As it's you, Caroline, I will answer this very quickly. Roughly between 4 and 5 p.m. on Thursday is what we're aiming for. What we're working with our partners at Sony and Microsoft for. 5 p.m. UK time, midday Eastern time in the US, and that'll be, I think that's like 9 a.m. on the West Coast, I think, something like that. Big Time with Jay, Darren, will multiplayer be improved when we get the update? Big Time with Jay, you should know better. We've told you about custom multiplayer before, and I've just answered that just a minute ago. There's loads of additional options in custom multiplayer, such as setting the parameters of the session, different weather conditions, what fish count, how you are recording the fish, top 5, all of the total number, total weight. Lots of different options in custom multiplayer. Can you add a control option to invert the way you move the pole up and down when fighting the fish? Well, we can look at that, can't we? That's a good idea.
I get asked it sometimes. I'm just used to it, so I never think about it as well.
Josh Johnson has asked how big the update is going to be. It is 24 gigabyte update, Josh, so it's a very big update, but you are getting an awful lot of game as well. Patrick Middleton, favourite rods, I saw that come in a couple of times. Patrick, we have no agreement with favourite at the moment. We've had brief conversations and we will be following up with them. Top water walking the dog with lures, yes, someone showed that to me while I was out fishing in the US. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that myself in real life, but we should look to try and do it in the game. Any news on the Uncle Des Halloween outfit? I've no idea what that is. Maybe Stephen can answer that one.
Last week's stream was an interesting one.
Okay, well, I think we'll leave it at that. Will there be John boats and tillers and kayaks in the future? We're looking to do kayaks. No plan for John boats and tillers at the moment. Let's see what else. Gillam's looks great, but the watercolour should be more blue like St John's Lake. It's partly because of the time of the day as well, but Gillam's have approved everything, so they're happy with the watercolour. So that's that one. Would love to see tree laydowns and structure added to the lakes. Russell, if there is a known tree laid down in our lakes, such as Manor Farm, where the tree is sunk in between 2 swims, they will be there, absolutely. And we do have structure added to the lakes. So you have offshore structure with depth changes. It's possibly that our sonar on Bass Lakes doesn't show exactly what the structure is well enough, but we show you the significant depth changes. What else? I'm really sorry, I'm trying to get through all this as much as I can. Can you ban the braided lines 20, 30 and £40 test of the Dovetail Fishing League? Can we do that, Stephen?
I don't have that option at the
moment. No, we don't
but
have that option at the moment.
We can try and implement
We can look at that in the future. Last question for me. Will there be mermaids added in the future? Says Omni Black. Omni Black, you've come up with some classics today. There will be no mermaids added in the future, as there will be no punching fish, unfortunately. Any saltwater? No, not at the moment. No plans for saltwater, but we would like to do it in the future, but not in the mid or long term. That'll be long term. Are there some real monsters coming in? Will some of the current game be easier? Says Richard Jones. I don't think the game's going to be any easier. There's tooltips to help you understand the game better. There will be real monsters. I think Stephen's hooked into one at the moment. There's Arapaima in this venue up to £560, so that is a real monster for sure.
Last week on the stream, Sam got a 512 one, so we'll see if I can beat him with this one.
When it downloads Thursday, where can we send the bugs we find? You won't find any bugs. It's going to be completely bug-free, so don't worry. But in all seriousness, if you do find anything that you're not happy about or you're worried about, send a ticket to our customer support, which Stephen also looks after, which is Kayako, and it is dovetailgames.
Kayako.com.
Or is it at Kayako?
That's the email address.
Okay.
The website is dovetailgames.kayaker.com.
There you go. So head over there and you can raise a ticket, and we will answer you. How many tackle points will we need for all the new tackle? Each one is priced individually. They're from around 1,500 tackle points each, I believe, going up to around 3,000.
Many.
So you'll need plenty if you want to buy everything. Any new update on fish AI behaviour? We've made some tweaks to it, and also about what equipment is suitable for each species, which hopefully you will see. What were you laughing at? Let's answer the one you were laughing
Darth Badger, will Stephen land this fish before the update?
Yeah, he's got him in close now. Look, he's showing you the skill and what you need to do, and he's got his clutch set to 40. So there's a little, with the £80 braid, a little tip for you there. Any plans for bullhead, flathead catfish? Yes, we would love to do more catfish. We've got a species of catfish coming out for you on Thursday with the channel catfish, but more catfish, absolutely. It's too easy to land the bass. Only if you're good at it, Yamil. You're obviously very good at the game, but it's not always easy. And think about your setup as well. Maybe it's more fun to use it on lighter gear if you're landing them all the time. Are there panfish? Yes, there are panfish.
Bluegill.
Crappie.
Yep.
So there we go.
Update on that on Thursday. You'll be able to float fish for them.
Yeah, you'll be able to float fish for the panfish. So using appropriate baits like worm, you'll be able to use worms for panfish. And yes, you can float fish from them from the dock. Can you float fish from your boat?
Yes.
You can float fish from your boat as well. Will the line not reeling in after some strikes be fixed? Is that a known issue on your part, Stephen?
No, not really. That is.
I think sometimes you have to just let go and hold it down again, and the computer has to almost catch up with itself.
That one, or there's one if you strike while the bass is jumping out of the water. If you strike while it's not in the water, it just leaves a lot of slack line.
Yeah.
So you struggle to reel it back in.
Will the new career mode replace the current single player tournaments? No, this is a brand new feature that isn't replacing anything. The game is just getting bigger and better for you. So you'll still have your single player tournaments. Can you give me some tips for completing the Predator qualifier? No matter what I can do, I can't beat that. I can beat every other single player tourney. Any tips, Stephen? You've mastered all the single player tournaments.
Bergsea. Is that one on Bergsea? We'll find out.
Yeah. We'll look into that for you, and if you can send a ticket to Kayako, as we discussed, dovetailgames.kayako.com, Stephen will help you out there, no problem. Scooby Hayes, will 2.8 million tackle points be enough to buy all lures and new baits? Unfortunately not, Scooby Hayes, you need 2.9, so get playing a lot more, please. Has the tackle points for winning tournaments increased with this update? I don't believe it has it?
Not in the single player ones, I don't think.
So Stephen has just landed this Arapaima. It's a baby.
Yeah,
it's a baby.
It's a small one.
£260, 12 ounces. So there you go. There's another new feature that you find on Gillams. Because the fish are so big in Gillams, they're not allowed to be lifted out of the water because it'll do them serious harm. So on Gillams, you now go in the water to hold them. That is applicable for Gillams only at the moment, but I like it. I think it looks good, so we should maybe implement that for carp and catfish over a certain weight. So yeah, you'll go in the water to hold your fish in Gillams. Will there be other boat engines like Mercury? No, not at the moment. Evinrude have been fantastic to us, and we work very closely with Evinrude, and there are just no conversations ongoing with other engine companies at the moment. Any chance of adding wildlife for more realism? Yeah, we'd like to get wildlife on the water. We have the audio, but actually getting them on the water would be lovely. What else? Sam's was bigger.
Yeah,
it's true. Sam has outdone you so far. So Stephen's got another fish here, and by its very nature, this will take a little time to come in, and this will probably be the fish that we finish the stream with. So we'll concentrate on what Stephen's doing here. There's one of the outbuildings in the background on Gillam's. Is that the restaurant, I think, isn't it? That end of the lake?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is it the spa? At either end you've got a restaurant or a spa. Will there be trash talking in multiplayer? That's entirely up to you. You can use your headsets and talk to each other. If you're playing against someone you don't know, like you've joined not necessarily a friend's multiplayer, I wouldn't recommend it. They may not appreciate it. But you are on your headsets in multiplayer. There's no trash talking through the keyboard on Steam though. If you try and swear, it will just get blocked. Are you going to fix the bug where you see how many fish and wait on Xbox?
What game mode do you see him at in Gladius?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. You could expand on that for us. Where you can't see how many fish and wait on Xbox. Maybe he's come back. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you try and expand on that quickly for us if you can? Peacock Bass, please, says Yamil. Yes, we want to do Peacock Bass, and there might be a few images of them floating around in the office at the moment. On the main page of the game, how many fish and weight on Xbox? Do you mean if you go into your angler's log, all the information on what you've caught is in there, if that helps you? You have an angler's log which shows what fish you've caught and how many and what your best is for each species. How soon will salmon be in the game? They will be in soon after this update on Thursday, I would have thought. If you have people saying the game needs to be easier and others people saying it needs to be harder, does that mean the game is well balanced? We like to think so. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I'll take that. Do we have to buy a DLC for the Thailand lake? Yes, you do. The DLC or the additional content is available at exactly the same time as the update on Thursday. It's $11.99 English money, where you get 2 venues for that, both fully licensed. You've got Gillam's here and you've got Raysbury, very famous carp lake in the UK. Let's see what else has come in. Let's see. There's only £1 difference between the Gillam's trophy fish. Is this accurate or a bug? What do you mean there, Stuart? If you could expand on that for us, please. No pre-order. No, there's no pre-order for this because in essence it's actually an update for existing customers. You can buy the game already, so there's no pre-order necessary. I just saw one just a minute ago there. How soon are you going to put stock ponds so the players can stock fish in the ponds? It's a good idea, Brandon, but it's not in progress or process at the moment. Stephen, you've got 2 minutes to catch this fish, and it's just taken you miles out.
Yeah.
So, can you add some Louisiana lakes? Toledo Bend would be a great one. Yeah, we're looking to do lakes all over the US and doing famous tournament venues now. We're aware of the Toledo Bend, so we can. There could be an option to do that in the future. Let's see what Stephen finds here. So while Stephen tries to land this fish, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to get to any more comments now, but what I will do is just summarise everything. So on Thursday at between 4 and 5 p.m. UK time, 11 and 12 midday Eastern time in the US, this update will be landing for you. It will become Fishing Sim World Pro Tour. It's a free update for existing customers, so you can buy the game now and play it, or you can wait until Thursday if you don't have it. There's no penalty either way. The game, if you don't have it, is staying exactly the same price at $14.99 English money, $19.99 US and Euro, dollars and euros. There is a significant update where it's introducing career mode. You have custom multiplayer. You're going to be able to fish against 100 pro anglers. In career mode, you're going to get 5 new species of fish. You're going to get nearly 100 items of equipment. There's going to be over 250 boss fish to now catch, including boss fish in the US. You're going to be able to float fish for pan fish in the US. You are going to be able to use a throwing stick on European venues. What else are you going to be able to do that you can't do now? So much that you're going to be able to do. It's a massive update. The update is around 24 gigabytes, so it is a significant update. At the same time as the update coming out, you are going to be able to purchase the giant carp pack, which features Gillams, which is what we're playing on now, famous resort in Thailand, which is going to give you 5 new species of fish, including arapaima to 560 pounds. It's going to give you Mekong catfish. It's going to give you red tail catfish. It's going to give you pacu, and it's going to give you Siamese carp. And also at the same time, as part of the giant carp pack, you're going to get Raspberry, which is going to give you historic boss fish, as well as being a very famous venue, and around 60 acres, I believe Raspberry South is. So it's the biggest carp venue we've done so far. It's going to give you all of the famous fish from years gone by in Raspberry, such as Mary, one of the most famous carp that ever lived. You'll be able to catch Mary in the game, even though she is unfortunately deceased in real life. That is available to buy as soon as the update comes out at $11.99 or €14.99 and dollars. Stephen, I need you to catch this fish because I've basically done my summary. So yeah, on Thursday we are looking to stream. We'll be doing a very long stream for all of you guys from somewhere around 5:30 p.m. UK time till around 8 p.m. UK time. All of us will be on it at different stages. You should be able to see Des, you'll be able to see Bedhead, i.e. Stephen, you'll be able to see me, i.e. Eels. Mark will be on there. We're trying to get some people who've never been on here before as well. Aaron and Sam, if they're your favourites, they'll be on here at some point as well, I'm sure. We'll all be taking turns, showing you different aspects of the game, talking you through the career mode. And you went, wait, as if you've got something big to tell them.
I have console commands, so I could just do that to see what we've got on the line.
We are out of time, so let's just land this fish using a console command very quickly. These won't work if you own the game, so don't try and copy. So you had a Siamese carp after all that time. There you go, £131 Siamese carp. So it goes to show the sheer scale of the fish that you'll be able to catch on this lake. Very quickly, someone says barbel ? Yes. Barbel were one of the 5 new species going into the update for the core game. Barbel, brown trout, rainbow trout, channel catfish, and what's the one I've missed?
That's all of them. Barbel, channel, trout.
4, isn't it? Yeah, 4 new species. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We are incredibly excited about Thursday. We can't wait for you guys to get on it and to let us know what you think. We will see you Thursday evening for the stream. Make sure you tell everyone about it. Let's get loads of people on the stream. And yeah, happy to answer all your questions Thursday night as well. Thank you very much, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.